That's a fish. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on Lady Bird Lake. Gonna be doing some hunting and fishing. See if we can catch a fish. Nice little kayak fishing talk we're gonna do for you guys. Answer some questions I've been getting on the channel. See if we can hook up onto a big one. You know how it is. Let's go ahead and prop you guys up. Let's get to fishing. As you can see, I'm easily able to steer with my feet to the right, to the left. Control with my gas throttle right there, powered by trolling motor, which is underneath here. So pretty sweet. This looks like a good spot. Let's see what this spot has to do right here. It's a nice little spot, nice little cove, nice cover. Let's see what we can do. Beautiful. Overall, guys, business slow. Not too sure what it is. I don't know if you guys could tell, but my uploads have not been as consistent. With the wash vlogs, I mean. Still maintaining busy as far as my other life stuff I'm doing, guys. You guys know I'm a realtor, so I do a lot of apartment transactions, or at least I try to be in the apartment business as much as possible. So I got a lot of things working on there, and obviously YouTube stuff. If you guys don't already know, if you guys aren't in my Facebook group, you guys go get in my Facebook group. We are distributing chemical now. So if you guys are needing bleach, you guys are in the Austin, San Antonio, maybe Waco, surrounding areas, I'd love to get you some bleach, okay? So reach out to me, 512-364-5806. Come get some bleach from me. It's 12.5% shock. We'll get you some bleach. We got about 2,000 gallons on board at all times. Fresh shock. So hopefully I can get up on a fish today, boys. Ooh. That's a fish. Nope, maybe not fish. God, that's so weird. He hit so hard. And I just got hung up. You know, guys, just to go back and touch on the, why business is slow and stuff. Like I said, I'm not too sure. A lot of my friends in the city, a lot of my friends around the country are experiencing the same thing, Could be several reasons. I think for one, at least in my city, it's just so blazing hot, where I don't know if people really care too much because they're not even going outside to hang out. Like when it's 105 degrees, you ain't looking at your side of your house thinking it's dirty. You're just like, stay the hell inside. But, also I believe that at least a portion of our industry has to do with the real estate market. There's a dip, people don't really care. Things are hot. You got active buyers and sellers. Everyone's thinking about cleaning. Like I said, a lot of my business comes from people wanting to buy or sell. Probably why I should work on repeat customers. I have a couple hundred clients in my CRM. So one thing I might try doing is doing a nice little ringless voicemail or a text blast. See if I can just keep up with as much as possible. See if anyone needs anything. Offer a discount for anyone that needs anything in the next week or two, stuff like that. But this kind of goes back to stuff that I used to say way back a year ago in my channel. You guys can go back a year ago on my channel, and I used to come home from work and I used to sit in my dog park and just kind of talk about stuff, talk about, things. One of those things is just like the importance of having several ways you can just bring in revenue. I'm not just talking about pressure washing. I'm talking about having several aspects of income generating activities that you can rely on. I think the one thing that would scare me the most is if I lived or died by one industry, And I can't stress the importance of putting in upfront time and work into something to build something, and then waiting on the fruits of that labor in the future. Like, don't just think just because you're not getting paid to do something right off the bat, then it's a waste of time. That is the furthest from the truth. Because I know with YouTube, I put in several hundreds of hours of film, edit, time, you name it, guys. I didn't see $1 until maybe a year later, or 8-10 months later. Okay? Pressure washing, mostly the same thing. I put in a lot of time, working for free, trying to get pictures without seeing any dollar. Okay? And with this real estate stuff I'm doing, I'm partnered with a brokerage, and I'm helping them produce leads, okay, training, putting together training videos, working on retention, working on the agents knowing exactly how to talk to people and how to work deals. And I'm not really getting paid by that right now, but I'm working to build something so that in a few years this could be a really good thing for me, right? And you really should have something that you can depend on outside of pressure washing. If you're a pressure washing millionaire god making $20 million a year, then the advice probably isn't for you. But if you're making 80 or 100K doing pressure washing, and you're not in Texas and it's not a year-round business, man, you should have something else that you can do. Whether that's, whatever. That doesn't necessarily mean you go and get another job. At that point, getting another part-time job, I would only see that as a must-do, only if your life depended on it. Instead, I would work on building something like a channel, like a business, like an online platform, something that may not have financial benefits up front, but if you just continue to work on it and put little slivers of effort into it every day, every week, every month, in the coming, in due time, you'll see it. And so like now, it's just like crazy because I didn't really think I'd be making good money from YouTube. And good is all relative, guys. I mean, I could say something's good, and then the next guy watching this could say that's baby money, right? Because, like I said, I'm not a pressure washing millionaire, so I'm one of you guys. But like with the YouTube stuff, I wasn't making any money from that. I don't sell courses. I have a little $3 email template, okay? But now we've just grown so much. YouTube's paying me close to $1,100 each month just to continue with my content, and that's just what the ad revenue is bringing in every month. It's just like insane. So that just goes to show for you just gotta put time in to just build something, guys. It's fun just to see the progression every single day, that little bit of effort every single day, seeing that little bit of growth. It's motivational. Even in pressure washing too, seeing those reviews go up, seeing people talk about you, seeing people post your pictures, seeing people talk about you. That's all it's good stuff. And it keeps you going every single day. Just because you're not bringing in any money, money doesn't have to keep you going. Okay, progression can keep you going. People can keep you going. Your church, your faith can keep you going. the end of the day, you just find what keeps you going, and you keep doing it. Sooner or later, if you do it enough times, you're gonna get somewhere in life.
All right, guys, so we're actually back at the apartment. I wanted to answer a quick message or a quick question that I got from one of my people that watch my channel. He actually messaged me on Instagram, and I was gonna do this on the water, but I guess as I was going forward, the wind noise was too much, and I answered the whole question, and I got into detail, and the wind muffle was so loud because I was going so fast with the trolling motor that you really couldn't hear my voice that well. So now I gotta film it at the apartment. So this question is from Dontavius Fields on Instagram. Dontavius, if you're watching, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right, but it says, "Hey Austin, how did you stay motivated and patient when you first started your business? How did you feel when the phone wasn't ringing and when you thought it'll be and you felt like you could be further than where you were? How'd you deal with that?" So I think it's a little bit of broken English, I think, but what he's basically saying is, how did I stay motivated in the business? And how did I feel when the phone wasn't ringing and I thought that it should be ringing, right? And how did I feel when I thought I could be further than I actually am? So that's a very good question. And ultimately, this stems further from just pressure washing, you know? This kind of goes back to, really at its basis is the question is, you know, how do you stay motivated to get to where you want to be? How do you stay motivated to grow your thing? How do you stay motivated to, you know, actually produce revenue and not get discouraged, right? So, you know, I think this kind of goes back to, you know, what, you know, men, women, what people are just hardwired to do, which is one, survive, right? Put food on the table, put a roof over your head. These are all things that we're hardwired to do. And you know, when I think back to when I first started, you know, I don't recommend starting how I started, right? Because my back was against the wall. Really, in an ideal situation, it's pretty hard to start a business when your back is against the wall, because pretty much what I'm saying is I had no alternative route. I just got out of the car business. And I had told myself that there's just no way I'm going back. I was working 80 hours a week, did not like it at all. I was just completely fed up. And for me, pressure washing was just it. Like, I had to make this work. There was no other option. So it was a lot of doing things that I didn't want to do to get places that I wanted to be, if that makes sense. So, I mean, guys, I was doing everything. I mean, one of the questions I get on my channel is, you know, how do you get jobs, right? Well, there isn't no one particular way to get jobs. I always stress having multiple fishing lines in the water, right? That little, I guess that's a pun, right? I spent the whole day fishing, but no, for real, having multiple fishing lines in the water. And what I mean is, when you're first getting started, you have got to try everything. You've got to do everything in your power to try and stir up some revenue, right? You're getting that data, you know, what's working, because every market's different. What you know, if Facebook marketing ads work in one city, it may not work in my city. I know for a fact it's not a good way of bringing in revenue in my city, but I know people that are killing it in other cities. So you just gotta try multiple different things. I mean, guys, I was walking into offices, dental offices, small businesses, passing out flyers, getting business cards, right? I was putting out flyers, yard signs. I did a little door-to-door stint for a little while. I had a video on that where I had live door-to-door action way back in the beginning of my channel. You guys can go check that out if you want. And that was back when, like, in the humble beginnings, guys. I was going out there and trying to stir up as much business as possible, right? Well, I mean, just going back to the question, how do you feel when the phone wasn't ringing and when you thought it would be? I mean, these are things that happen in a lot of businesses when they're first starting. You know, getting lead acquisition is really one of the biggest things in business, right? No sales equals no revenue equals no business. You know, can't pay your bills, right? So, and how'd you feel like you could be further than where you actually were? You know, I think at the end of the day, right before I started this, I had already had a picture of where I knew I could be in 5 years. And that, if you want to go back to my previous short that I just put out, I talked about vision boards and having things written down. Okay, when you see something on paper, it's that much more powerful. You know, Oprah talked about vision boards for 30 years on TV. Okay, and she's a billionaire. So I really believe in just having things that you see every single day. Maybe it's that car, that truck you want, that house. I mean, I have it on my background screensaver, on my computer. I got posters and pictures in my place. Like I know where I want to be in 5 years. I know what I want my life to look like, and it's just about doing that 1% every single day. I think a lot of people, when they start their thing, they get so excited. You know, when they start their business, they get so excited because they see people doing it on the internet. And you know, a lot of times, you know, I can make things look really easy. You know, I can speed up the video, add some music, add some funny cuts, and you know, do some washing. I just think everything's easy, and I make it almost seem like you guys can go out there and do it like that. But really, guys, I mean, it's a lot that goes into it. You know, it's a lot of, you know, that first year and a half, it was a lot of eating shit. Okay, I mean, a lot of struggling. I mean, I can go back. It's just crazy. I go back and look at my first year in business. There was months where I literally did like $1,000, $1,500, and I was struggling, living on money I didn't have, living on credit, living on savings, okay, borrowing money, and just having no income coming in, you know. And I think it's just important that, you know, when your back's against the wall, when your back's against the wall, it's just instinctual. Like you just keep on going. I mean, because there's no other option. If you want to choose to fail, then you're just going to be on the street. I mean, for me, that's what it was. So how did I keep myself going? Was just constantly having that thought in the back of my head. If I don't go out there and do something, then my life is going to take a very, very bad turn. So, you know, at the end of the day, you gotta try and find some kind of motivation within you, whether that's, you know, waking up and saying goodbye to your kids every morning, you know, making sure that, hey, look, I got kids at home and they rely on me. I'm dependent. I'm the man of the house. Okay, I'm the woman of the house. I'm the breadwinner of the house. I got to put a roof over the house. I got to make sure my family's protected. I got to make sure food's coming in. I got to make sure bills are paid, and the financial structure of our home and our family is intact. So find whatever motivation you want, right? But at the end of the day, you need something that keeps you going. Okay, you just got to show up. Okay, they say 99% of all success is just about showing up. What does show up mean? Hey, it means simply getting out of bed in the morning, getting off the couch. You know, if you got free time and you're over here watching Netflix, playing video games, okay, that's not showing up. Showing up is doing something every single day, having some kind of productivity every single day that's going to push you inches. You know, it's going to inch you closer and closer and closer to where you want to be in your business. I mean, this is basic success advice, right? You just do the little things every single day and you show up every single day. And one of the things I think is one of the most powerful things that I've incorporated over the last 3 years that really changed a lot of my life was a few things, actually. Getting up early. I'm not talking like 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm talking like 6 o'clock in that 5:30 to 6:30 range, okay? There's something about getting up very, very early and being up right before the sun comes up and then getting stuff done. Doing all that little stuff that maybe it's a pain in the butt to do during the day because of whatever outside factors going on, okay? And most people are not asleep. The kids are sometimes asleep. No one's ringing your phone during the day. No distractions. No family members reaching out to you. You have your solid you time. Maybe that's getting a workout in the gym. Okay, but just getting up early and just starting the day early. That is basic success advice. You start early. I don't know too many very high successful entrepreneurs that get up at 11 o'clock during the day, okay? And number 2 is really being in control of your nutrition and your fitness, okay? I can't tell you guys don't know too much about this, but 3 or 4 years ago, I was overweight. I was about almost pushing 215, 220 pounds. Okay, I was chubby, low energy, not mobile. This was in the middle of me selling cars, guys. And one of the things that really changed my life was getting in shape and taking control of your diet. Okay, a lot of fitness guys out there say if you can take control of your body, you can take control of your life. And if you can't take control of something as simple as your body, how do you expect to take control of all these other aspects in your life, okay? This is your one body, okay? I know this is like, oh, this is dumb advice, but really, whenever I changed my diet, I started fasting, I started drinking more water, I started progressing in the gym, I started noticing these changes in my body. I got slimmer, I got more tone, I got stronger, I was able to lift heavier. I slimmed down, I lost weight, lost about 20, 25 pounds from 215 all the way down to 185, 190. I just got quicker and my confidence went up and I was like, dude, if I can, like, and then my energy levels just went through the roof. I just wanted to work. And that very nicely transitioned into my business life and starting my own business, because I was, high energy. I felt really good all the time, and I felt strong. I had the confidence to go out there. I felt like I can go and talk to anybody. It's very different when you're out of shape, heavier than you should be, slower than you should be, not as strong as you should be, and trying to go out there and get stuff done, just because you're not at your physical peak. You're not in any kind of physical prime. So this might not be too much of an effect to some people, but I felt like just sharing my own experiences, for me, really getting a hold of my body and changing my body and getting in the best possible shape as possible, really nicely transitioned into any kind of business success for me. All right, Dontavius, I hope that answered your question about motivation and staying the course. Okay, let's get back to the kayak.
All right, guys, it is about almost 10 o'clock. I've been out here for a solid 3 hours. Funny enough, my GoPro mount up here, okay, I forgot the little thing that screws into the mount that keeps it, that holds it in place. So it started to jiggle a little bit. I couldn't get it to stay on. I did end up catching a fish. I got it all the way up to my boat, and it came off the hook, partly because I think my frog hooks are a little bit too narrow. I got to widen them up a little bit. And of course, I forgot my chest mount, so I'm just failing all over the place. But also, I think Lady Bird Lake, the lake that runs through Austin, is just way too much tourists, way too much paddleboards, kayakers. It's a kind of a dirty lake, and it's not the best bass fishing, although there are little big bass in here. They're just really, really smart, and they've seen a lot of lures. So I think next time I'm going to go up to Lake Decker, which is a really, really good bass fishing lake, just on the east side of town, and we'll try our luck there, and we'll continue our videos there. But I want to appreciate all you guys tuning into the video, supporting me, like, comment, and subscribing. Really trying to up my content game and really just blow my editing right out of the water. I'm trying to get really, really good at editing, make some more enjoyable, entertaining content for you guys. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for me. This week we should be doing a little bit of washing. I got to fix my brake booster in my truck. I'm trying to replace that myself. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.